For a long time, I thought the idea of running was so scary, and I just didn't understand it. So I was like, might as well start the journey, see where it takes me. It's kind of a love-hate relationship because the main thing about long distance running is that it's just patience. So you have to be okay with this constant struggle, whereas with like a HIIT workout or any kind of weightlifting or high intensity thing, you just kind of power through and you're done. Whereas with running, you just have to accept that it's going to be constantly like this lingering pain everywhere. But once you keep going, you're constantly making progress in that distance you're trying to reach. So yeah, it's kind of love-hate, but yeah, it's constant pain.
What's one lesson you've learned while running which you can apply to your life in general?
I think kind of like I mentioned before, it's that acceptance of discomfort. I think we're always searching for ways to be comfortable and ways to kind of take the easy way out, but with running, it's just like this really long process of knowing that even though it is hard, and even though it's like it's draining and uncomfortable, you are still constantly working to become a better version of yourself, a stronger version of yourself. So it is definitely a very good lesson on patience and endurance for sure.
So some critics have been saying how marathons have become less of a competition and more so of an event or race for a lot of people for self-validation. What do you think about that? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think marathons have become suitable for a much larger audience, and probably, if I'm thinking about myself, a lot more amateur runners and people who aren't really in it for that competition and that, chase for the medals and the times and the rewards. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the people who do have those intentions of that original competitive intention of a marathon, there's plenty of marathons that still serve that purpose.
I definitely agree that we are seeing a lot more people interested in running marathons than ever before. I feel like before the stigma was sort of only the elite can run marathons just because it's so physically demanding. But I actually think it's really awesome that we're seeing so many more people interested in, running a marathon and seeing it for different reasons besides just, getting the fastest time. We're seeing a lot more people interested in running marathons as a bucket list, running for charitable causes, and just generally having more interest in seeing it be a lot more approachable than before. And I think that's what running should be. I mean, you definitely do have your elite that are running to qualify for more prestigious runs, such as the Boston Marathon. But I don't think having more people interested in running marathons diminishes the competitive factor. I think we still have opportunities to cater to people who are running for competitive purposes, but also people who are novices and, running for the first time.
I've just completed a world record for most marathons across 7 continents in 1 year. Having run 160 marathons, finishing up in April at Boston. So I do it basically to inspire the next generation and in memory of my mum and stepmom who both have lost to cancer.
So why did I run the marathon? I wanted to see if I could do it. I wanted to see if it would bring my wife Amy and I even closer.
So I've always been really into running, just playing sports like soccer and then being in track and cross country in middle school. And so just being a goal-oriented person, it kind of was a natural progression of running my first half marathon my senior year of high school. And then the next step was like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna run a marathon. And so I then ran my very first marathon in college, freshman year. And so it kind of was just like a natural progression of, I really love running. I love having something to look forward to, have a goal that I'm trying to achieve. And so it was really just, I guess, my personal interest and then just the natural progression of running a half marathon, and then the next step felt like a full marathon.
My desire to run a marathon kind of started like a New Year's resolution. I was feeling pretty low in my self-esteem and motivation, and just feeling pretty subpar in a lot of ways towards the end of the last year. And so I was looking for a goal or a hobby that would force me or to pull me out of this rut. And so I started looking into long distance running, which originally it seemed pretty crazy, but I thought might as well push myself to the edge. I needed something that would force build my character, something that would challenge me, but also be very rewarding and motivating.
Can you play us a song you like to listen to while running?
Sure. Let's see. I'm getting slow.